Here we are in the Quillcayhuanca Valley, up high in the Andean Mountains. We are attempting to walk up this valley in this direction ahead of me, towards that way. Here we have some ruins, some old Incan style ruins that go way up into that hill up there. And then the river of Quillcayhuanca passes between them and goes down into that valley. We came from there. We've walked about almost 4 miles, maybe a little bit more than 4 miles. It's been not so difficult up until this point, and from here we're doing some serious climbs. So we're gonna take some logs, take some video along the way, and just see what it's like, and kind of let you know how the trek feels as we go. Yeah. Plano. Very flat up here. Sounds like it's very flat up ahead. We didn't go very far, and we found this what looks to be ruins, some sort of large former building that could have been the base of the building, or just perhaps some ceremonial area, maybe a wall, fortress. It's beautiful because there's this super high little waterfall coming down off the side of the mountain there. We've got cliffs in all directions. That's where we were looking before. We're not that far away from it, but I just wanted to stop and show the ruins there. The name of these ruins is Nuevo Tambo, and found a little perfectly square, rectangular shaped rock, using as a table for a second here. And this area looks to be not quite as built up, but you can kind of tell based upon just the ground that there was some sort of structure here. Kind of cool. Very interesting sounding birds. There's Vance up ahead. And a little bridge. Perhaps ancient road, ancient path. It's sort of between two donkey paths or two low spots. Very interesting area here. It's got a bunch of horses, dead cow there, some donkeys, horses and cows that are sort of just roaming free, and a little bit of sunbeams. Oh, that does not smell good, but very beautiful though. Really, it's really excellent, beautiful sunlight while raining. Looking ahead here, and I see some rocks that are very shiny from just being wet on top. They look like structures, but they're actually rocks, giant boulders. And I'm not sure if you can make out the rain, but it's just constantly drizzling. And of course we have this beautiful river rolling past as we walk along up towards the next phase at the end of this valley. I forgot to show another shimmering rock face to the right of us. It's amazing, jagged triangular cliff, sawtooth, with just beautiful reflecting sun rays. I probably need to put more sunscreen on pretty soon, because even that reflection could get you. The sun is very intense here. Much earlier than expected, we found the first campsite. Well, actually it's 500 meters ahead, so that's still a little bit of a trek. Camping area, 500 meters. Okay, I think we're in other ruins, perhaps not as well defined, but you've got what appears to be little circular wall structures that seem to have been using larger rocks, just not the same material availability, but it certainly looks like man-made. And there's the mountain up ahead. Watch out here on the left, Vance. Said watch out on the left. I don't know. They want to get to the river or something. Talking to me? Or the horse? Yeah, probably want to get to the river.
It doesn't know Spanish, only Quechua.
Yeah. And we definitely found the other ruins here, and we found a sign that says, that's an abbreviation, Quayesh. And you can see kind of a faint outline of rocks along here. That sort of structure, you can see it over there. That sort of structure goes all the way back down over the hill, and you know, whatever it was, there was something here. There's also kind of an interesting pathway that Vance is up walking on, where it almost looks like it could have been perhaps an aqueduct or something, possibly for farming. You can see here there's a bit of a depression in the ground, and rocks on either side, so it really does seem designed. And you can start to see the snow peeking through the mountains as the clouds clear away. It's getting sunnier. On we go. Now we're really starting to get into it. We can see beautiful, different world, sunshine. I don't even know how to describe it. I think my brain is a little bit low on oxygen. I'm kind of low on vocabulary at the moment. But ooh, good. Good. It's getting really sunny now. Just clouds drifting away. Not because we've gone above the clouds yet, but we just stopped to kind of look at the map here and figure out where we are. So based on this map and my GPS, we're about here. So this was the Quillcayhuanca Valley that we went through, and we're now going to the left up here towards base camp, or Campo Base, and right in between the two valleys is Andavite, which is that mountain right there. That's Andavite. And if you look following along this trail to the right, you're going to get to Maparaju. So that is Maparaju up there. And then further along the same valley where the Campo Base is, we have to continue up this way. We're actually looking to try to get to Laguna what is that? Tulpacocha. Tulpacocha. And the mountains we see in that direction are Tulparaju, which has different peaks, Punta Cuerno, Chinche, and Pucarranra. So that's all that collection of mountains there. I'm not sure which one's which, but that's generally the direction we're going, looking for the lake. The lake, again, is Tulpacocha. Tulpacocha. We are now in another valley above where the Valley of Ruins was back there. Same mountains ahead. We're looking for the lake. It starts with a T. I'm not going to even try to pronounce it. And that's the Quillcayhuanca Valley behind us, where the ruins were. And yeah, we have a little bit of a respite here with the flatland. So that's what we're doing next. We're at about 14,000 now, and much to our surprise, there is another ruins I'm thinking this has got to be the highest possible ruins. This is 14,000 feet. That is crazy. What could they have even been doing here? I mean, it's fairly pleasant. There's still cows. There's cattle. We're really past the tree line for the most part. There's one kind of cypress-looking tree right there. But yeah, we've hit 14,000. This is the highest either one of us have ever been. We feel okay. I'm definitely feeling cognitively impaired. Not a huge amount, but I just feel lazy about my thinking right now. I just don't want to consider, oh, is this the right route? Is that the right route? I don't want to, I just don't want to think that much. I don't even want to think about what I need to say right now and how to create a better narration. I feel like, bleh. I feel better than I did at one point down there because I think I just overexerted myself, and it takes a lot longer to, recover up here. There's just less oxygen. But what? But I don't know. Me brain nowhere. We're here at 14,000 feet, refilling on water, filtering the water. I'm going to do a little science experiment here. Take that up. What did you notice? The bubbles are going really quickly. They're going away extremely quickly. There's quite a difference in pressure. There's also, I'm not sure if you can see that, lots of tiny little bubbles in there that are sticking around for quite a while. Really small ones. Okay, I didn't show the process of actually filtering the water, but it was right over there, and I used this filter. Basically just drape that into the water and then pump using that handle. Water comes out of there. I'm using bottles. Vance is using kind of a pack. He's got 2 independent packs that then transfer into the pack. Then, as a secondary precaution, just because the consequences of having some sort of diarrhea would be so high from the stream, we're also putting these potable aqua tablets in there. So that's in there now. Let it dissolve a little bit, 2 per liter, and then you can drink it. Then it's good to go. Also, I'm noticing something here as I'm speaking. A little piece of trash. So I'm gonna pick this up and I'm gonna put this in my bag because that's something I highly encourage anybody who's, even if you're mountain climbing, this is a little tiny, light little thing. Pick up the trash as you go along. Don't leave any traces. In fact, take away traces if you can. That's just good nature ethic, good hiking nature ethic. So I'm gonna put this in my bag. It's like a little red bumblebee. I just saw it flying, and it was flying so slowly. It was surreal. I'm sure that's not my cognitive impairment. It is just, it barely has any air to grab onto up here. Super, super slow. That was so fascinating. There it is. See that? Oh, there it goes. Maybe there was a little bit. Maybe I can slow that down. It just looked like it was floating. Just taking a short break after some switchbacks. Down below is the location where we got our water from. And now we can see a little bit more clearly towards where the lake is in that direction. We can't see the lake. We're not sure if we're going to be able to see it. But that's where it is. And that's the valley we were at before. Fascinating seeing some of the wildlife out here, some of the insects. A little beetle. Looks like a June bug where I'm from. Moving so slowly, super slowly. just conserving energy. There can't be a lot of food up here. There can't be a lot of anything up here, really.
For the campsite.
Yeah.
So now if it says 500 meters, that's 1,500 feet.
That's half a kilometer.
Okay.
So that's about a third of a mile. So we did a third, a third, a third.
Okay.
We're up at, what does that sign say? It just says that, oh, it says the campsite, right, sorry, it says the campsite's 500 meters. We're getting a significant amount of wind and snow and stuff here. We can see the lake that starts with a T. I don't remember how to pronounce it. I'll try to edit that in maybe. But we're changing into other gear because it's getting significantly cold very quickly and wet. We're going up side of this ledge now. There's the lake. Getting farther away, we can see more of it. We're getting closer to the campsite, maybe 300 meters.
Let's do it together so we don't. I'm gonna get in with nothing, and then I'm gonna have to grab.
The other side of the entrance, and this is where our bags sit, so we have less like.
No, I think that's gonna be wetter if you put shit there because if water flows downhill.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be drier.
So we're just always gonna crawl over our bags.
For the moment, we could move our bags there, but maybe one bag aside. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. We'll figure it out. Okay. We got our tent set up. That was quite a harrowing experience. It's really miserable out. Snowing. Can't even see the top mountains. You can see the snow. Look at that. See the snow staying on the ground up there, but not here. Which tells me later it's gonna stay here. It's gonna get colder. So we need to get dry.
Dry and warm.
Dry and warm. It's 3:16. We made it to the middle, not the upper top camp. And it's just snowing like crazy. It's super wet. Snow. Thank you. We just scrambled everything together and got into the dry areas as fast as possible. I got a little bit soaked, but I've got another pair of pants for just such an occasion. And I might still be able to get these dry throughout the night. We'll see. They're kind of a quick drying material. But yeah, I guess this is it. This is where we're probably stuck for the next 12, 13, 14 hours. It's once it clears up or something. Any narration you want to add or anything you want to add to how was the hike?
Tiring.
Very tiring.
Very tiring.
Just got harder and harder, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Just got more difficult. My hands were just so cold at the end. Yeah, it's just interesting how it just got harder and harder, and then at the very end here we were picking out the site, and then it started to snow after we picked out the site and got going, right?
Yeah.
And we have that all on camera too. That was pretty epic. All right, and it's getting colder. Well, the snow stopped, and then all the snow on the ground melted. So I think we're pretty good to go up that direction tomorrow. Probably could snow a little bit more, but if it does, then it'll melt. That's our thinking. It was a little bit intimidating there for a while, but the snow and the rain seem to kind of come and go, and there just doesn't seem to be, I don't know if there's just not enough pressure to keep snow on the ground, so it's just sublimating, or if it's melting, or just a combination of the two. But we can definitely see everything. It looks almost exactly the same as when we got here. So yeah, so one last look at these incredible mountains, just deadly looking mountains, with how treacherous it is to even just to be here, and then to look at that, which is more than twice the height that we've traveled. It's so intimidating. It's just so intimidating to look at. We have another, I think, almost 2,000 feet to go. So that's much less intimidating. But yeah, we feel good. One last thing, as long as it's still the light, I want to walk around these ruins here. So we're at 14,600 feet, and here's a little bit of some of the ruins we found. They're interestingly, they look like they were possibly more housing in this location, like perhaps you could have had a thatched roof on top. Of course, I could be completely wrong. Maybe this is somewhere they put hay, or they store something. I don't really know, but I also noticed similar shaped and sized structures over there across the river. Just go look at those. River, I guess is it a river or is it a stream? Maybe more of a stream. So here's another structure. Inside of it, cows obviously going inside to get some cow poop there. This one, super overgrown. This is about the largest tree that you find in this zone, and beyond that seems to be the very edge of the tree line, or perhaps up there you can see some still. So, whew, takes a lot to kind of jog. Well, so just wanted to show that. Maybe we'll explore a little bit over here too. See what we can find. So here's another one. I'm sure it's all similar stuff. This one's a little more disheveled. And that's about the end of it. Maybe there's stuff over there, I don't know, but just incredible to find structures at this height. So, not too many cows. I think we did see cows right down in that valley, so they must come up here, but there's just not quite as much grass for them. But there's a cow bone and there's cow poop, so maybe they just kind of come up here a little bit, or perhaps during the day, because they know there's going to be snow, or another season when it's not so rainy and snowy. Alright, so closing out the day in the tent with sort of our last moments of light here. I thought I would try to get some of Vance's thoughts for the day. He's bundled up.
About the Patrick rule.
What's the Patrick rule?
About how to dry your stuff out.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, so you gotta. So a lot of our stuff got really wet in that snowstorm and / rainstorm, and so sometimes that's inevitable. You really want to make sure a portion of your gear stays dry, and then what you can do is just bring it in the sleeping bag with you at night, because you really don't want it obviously to be wet in the morning. It loses all of its heat retaining capability by being wet, so just throw it in the sleeping bag with you, assuming all the rest of your stuff is dry. Warm those babies up and make them effective again. Yeah. Are you doing that right now?
With a pair of gloves. You
got a pair of gloves that got really wet. I kind of went without gloves, and my hands were just super cold. Any other thoughts from the day?
Take deep breaths.
Take deep breaths. It's like it seemed like almost the process of walking up the mountain almost seemed like it was a meditative process, almost more similar to yoga. Obviously you have to have some level of fitness to be able to do that, but it was sort of like just focusing on your breath and keeping your breath going. And if you didn't, then you could sort of feel your heart rate going faster. You could feel your body just not feeling good, and you just felt like you were going to collapse. So very interesting. Most breath-focused sport I've ever done. It was there's just such a connection between your breath and what you're doing. Really pretty crazy. Other thoughts, other reminiscences?
I'm just pissed at the weather because I wasn't able to make dinner.
Yeah, we brought a bunch of stove equipment, and we've been kind of talking about that and debating, is it even worth bringing a stove for mountaineering stuff? Do you really need that hot food? It seems like if you're just trying to push through and not necessarily exert yourself over a 5-day period, you're just trying to do something that's 2 or 3 days, maybe just bring non-cookable snacks and power bars and things like that, and just focus on keeping your pack as light as possible. My pack's pretty heavy. It's pretty gigantic, and we don't have any donkeys. Apparently using donkeys is a common thing here. We opted against the donkeys, but that's sort of like another possible direction, is just don't plan on cooking your food, just have a bunch of power bars. Anything else?
That's it.
That's everything. All right, well, we'll see what tomorrow brings. Good morning. We are getting ready to go now, and this is our collection of sights that we see. Beautiful snow-capped mountains. They were a little bit obscured yesterday as we got in. Here's our tent. We're just kind of throwing stuff to the side where there's not as many cow poops, and packing up, getting ready to go. Sun is up and just getting ready to peek out over this hill over here. Help dry our stuff out. That'll be nice. We're gonna do a little demonstration on how we filter the water. Got this filter. Get the pump in the stream. And actually put a rock over it. Just like that, and then you fill it up. All right, it's 8:20 a.m.
About to take off. I think 4 more hours to the summit. It's about 8:20, 8:30.
Get there hopefully 12:30 or so before the rain. Walk down possibly in rain, hopefully drizzle, and try to make it back to Juarez if we can. It's going to be a bit of a grueling day, but we'll do it. It'll be a 2-dayer.
Yep.
All right, well, say goodbye to this beautiful area, and off we go. Just trying to find a path that leads up over that pass. It's very confusing. Lots of cliffs. Seems to be a shallow gradient here, but can't really see anything very clearly. Okay, we found there's a little trail marker back there, a couple of them, and now this seems to be a little bit more well-worn spot, so we're taking this one. So there's a lake that direction. We thought it was supposed to be down there, but I think it's there, level with the bottom of that glacier. We're about level with the bottom of the glacier here, and the snow line. Yesterday's still standing snow line. That stuff on the bottom will probably melt, but since that's a glacier, it's very thick. So next, let's see. Looks like there could be one pass kind of going up through there, perhaps to the left, and then up right again through that direction. Then we stay to the right of this peak. Could also be a path going that way that might be shallower. That actually looks like it could be a little bit easier going that direction. And then the final hump over the edge there is a little bit steep here this way. Maybe not as steep at the very top there, but consistently steep, whereas this is more of a plain. Okay, we think we are at relatively where the high camp is. It might be up here, and my estimation is we need to follow that, switch back up that way, then that way, then that way. This large switchback. There should be a lake on the other side. I just kind of want to check that to verify. That might be actually the main camp area. So I'm gonna quick head up there, and then based on that, we'll probably try to find some markers going that way. I came up this direction from, I don't know if you can see our bags and vans down there, just to see if I could see where the lake was and see what's up here. We've got additional ruins, which is insane. I don't know how people had the energy to do this, but yeah, I think this is supposed to be the camp area. Saw some markers, some stone, what do you call them, cairns, but I don't see the next set. But we know based on the map that there's a campsite. I'll have to pull it to the right page, but yeah, it's somewhere in this area. We found the route we traveled sort of to the right of where we had stopped, and there was a little bit of a giant switchback we had thought we saw, and now it's basically going up 45 degrees. There's markers along the way, so that's we just got to get up over that ridge there. Finally finished the 45-degree angle climb here, and I can see that little lake we were looking for before, which is above the campsite. Vance is still working on it, almost there. And there is that lake whose name starts with a T from yesterday. The big one. Don't remember the name of it, but I believe that may be the biggest one, although now I'm starting to see what could be an even larger one peeking behind. It's just a complete vertical face of snow. Almost even more terrifying than this one. I'm starting to get used to this one. I feel like maybe it's not so terrifying. Maybe it's friendlier than I think it is. Maybe I should give it a chance. I don't know. But that one though, that's scary. Alright, so next we're going up somewhere over there, and then we're going to stay to the right of this peak area. Right, we've made it up a lot of grueling 45-degree hiking and just rocky hiking to find this lake here. Which I'm not sure if this is on the map or not. We'll have to check. But I think the next step is probably to go that way, and then around it I see another marker cairn there, and I see one off in the distance there. So I think it's just curving around this thing here. This interesting landscape here. It almost looks like these are riverbeds that are dry coming from this lake here. So if there was a lot of water, if there's a lot of rain, you could see this turn into a rushing river, which is almost like you wouldn't be able to pass this. Not sure how recent. I see footprints. It's pretty muddy, so seems like it could happen at some point in the year. I think I see the pass way up there. That is sort of a rocky peak. I'll have to find the name of that. And then there's a communication tower. So I think the pass is between the two. I'm going to check my map. This is the large mountain we've been looking at when we were down at base camp, and the one to the left of it. And that's where we are, and I'll have to check our height. I'm not sure what the height is. Alright, just verifying with the map. That rocky peak up there is Choco, to the left of the pass. And then to the right is going to be Jat Montepunco. And I'm not sure if that's the one we see here with the communication tower. Or if that's that one. Let's see here. It should be just to the right of the pass though. And there should be a glacier on the other side. I guess that one's Huapi. It has a glacier on it. So that's Huapi, curving this way, downwards over towards Jatu Monte Punku. Jate Monte Punku is that up there, I believe. And we can check the other side if we can see whether there's a glacier. So now I think we go forward. I'm not sure if we're going up. Let's see here. Maybe I'll check my GPS. All right. We've been trudging towards the pass, or towards where we think the pass is, through this type of grassy, confusing area without much trail marking, or any really. I don't see any here. But logically, going up that direction seems to be the best plan. That seems to be what's going to get us over the top and then towards the pass. Just for reference, there's the small brown lake we saw near the upper campsite. Down there is that lake that starts with a T. Got a condor passing by. I checked the height, we're at 16,334 feet, or at least I am. Looks like we're higher up than that mountain. Right, straight ahead, the little one, not the big one, obviously. So, and that condor is flying at about my height, maybe lower. It's quite an amazing sight to see. Looking for bunny rabbits. There's lots of bunny rabbit poop. This amazing, gigantic chunk of quartzite. That is just so huge. Incredible. Biggest one I've ever seen. Now we've been doing rock scramble for a little bit. Just walking through these gigantic boulders. I think I see a marker there, so I'm going to try to make my way there. It's going to be a lot more like a different planet here. We're going up. Should be able to see the pass up that way. Okay, so I think we're in the home stretch. So that's the pass. I believe I can see a little pathway along the side of that mountain that probably curves over and then passes over. I might be a couple hundred feet below, maybe 100 or something. It might go down a little bit, so we might go above where the pass is very briefly. But yeah, I think we're gonna make it. By the way, could not see that mountain yesterday from down there. That's the valley we walked through yesterday, around this one there, which we are now taller than, up that way, down by the lakes, and now over to the pass. So Scramble, we're going through here. Very treacherous stuff. Sharp rocks. Lots of up and down. But it's fairly well marked. A lot of places where people set up these stones. We're just trying to do our best to follow along that. And not get injured. To reach that path over there, shouldn't be as rocky up there. I had to kind of go on my hands and knees a little bit there to get up it. This side's worse. It's just a cliff. But I see lots of cairns. I'm seeing lots of them along the whole way, so we're on the right track. Imposing granite looking structure. Trek through snow a little bit. Whoa! Big mountain on the other side. If we better go up there. Well, there's a cairn. Hiking through snow a bit. Snow got really deep here. Tough because I can't tell where I'm walking. But on the other hand, makes it a little bit easier to get some grip, as long as it doesn't slip out of the way. We're going to be reaching maximum altitude pretty soon, and then just walking along a ridge line kind of looks like, oh my god. The snow makes it a little bit easier actually. Okay. I really don't want to get snowed on with this amount of snow. There's much more snow than we had. Oh man. Okay, I see a cairn up there, but going down this seems a little bit treacherous, slippery. We're going to go along the ridgeline eventually. I see another cairn there. They want us to go that way and down here, but I almost wonder if going up that way might be easier, or if there are huge obstacles or another cliff. Not really sure. Alright, I'm going to go this way. Yeah, I think we might. How much rope do we have? Not a lot. It's just really slippery. I just don't know how we're going to get by this. It's not that far down, but I don't know. I was thinking lower the backpacks down and then kind of jump.
Where do you think we got off trail and it's actually over there?
No, I can see cairns there and I can see these here. I think we're on trail. It's just usually there's not this much snow. This might be the only really bad obstacle. I don't know. My water is? Yeah. Oh. Just thinking lower the bags down and then kind of jump off. It's probably the best bet. Unless we can get up that way, but I don't know how, how treacherous this is with the snow. And I certainly don't see any markers. Really treacherous stuff here, so we're going to try to probably lower our pack down rather than, and then maybe slide or jump rather than try to hoof it with the pack. All right, I think we've made it to the pass. There seem to be other markers lower down now. This is really snowy up here. It's really cold. Hopefully we'll get some sun in a little bit. But not sure if it's really necessary to go over those stones or not. I guess we could look on our GPS and try to triangulate it, but I already see cairns right there.
Looks like a trail down there.
Yeah. Check the GPS and map and stuff down over there where it's flat and away from the wind a little bit. All right, we're at 16,686 feet. GPS coordinates 9 degrees south, 25 minutes, 9 seconds, 0.2. West, 77 degrees, 22 minutes, 33 seconds, 0.5.
Let's hook up with the trail on the left.
Okay. Ah, thank goodness. Some sun. I just want to point out to anybody who comes trekking in this place, I see cow prints, and we just left the pass at over 16,000 feet. So if you're ever wondering whether the water is safe to drink, whether there had been cows there, well, there's water here and there's cow prints, so probably safe to assume they could have even climbed up to there. I don't know. I'm pretty surprised to see cow prints here. I thought we left them behind quite a while ago. Amazing animals.
Picture real quick.
Yeah. We've got some kind of structure down there. We are so far up still, even though we've left the pass quite a while ago. An Andean hare, actually a couple of them. I don't know if you can see them. Oh, just ran away, and there's one right there, looks smaller. Very camouflaged. Well, this is different. Water on the trail. This stuff's usually pretty slippery. It's falling down now. Now you don't want to miss this. That is not the trail. Crazy, just anonymous waterfalls falling off of this granite face. Getting closer. All right, now we've got some kind of hail. Some kind of drizzly hail. Hopefully this doesn't get bigger. Doesn't seem to be wet so far. If it gets more wet, I gotta put my other jacket on. Yeah, that right there has got to be one, right? Okay. Okay. At least it's a cow path. Oh, there's a cairn right there.
Perfect. Yeah, so I was right. There's
Yep.
somewhere around here.
Yep. It's so interesting. You can really hear that thunder echo in the mountains. Try to get another one if I can.
I'm gonna go down this way and come back and go safer.
Amazing echo. All right, we crossed what appears to be the majority of the treacherous part.